Hi everyone, MARKCHES here. Welcome to the channel. And today I'll be giving you my initial impression on the sneakers. So right in front of me, guys, is the Nike Glyde Flyease. If you're not too familiar of the Flyease line from Nike, the Flyease line is actually made for people who have cerebral palsy, who cannot wear their sneakers properly if they have laces. Because of their condition, they are having a hard time lacing their sneaker and putting their foot in. So the Flyease line was created from Nike. The first one was the Nike Adapt from Back to the Future. It was made for Marty McFly, or of course Martin J. Fox, the actor, which developed cerebral palsy when he was older. And if you haven't following this channel, you know I have a couple of Nike Adapt basketball that I bought, which is the motorized one. But this one in front of me is a different tech for the Flyease line. This features this tech that is found here in the heel part of the sneaker. And a little info about the sneaker or this tech is it's not actually made by Nike, but they got the rights of it from the Kizik's company. So Kizik's company is known to make some technology for sneakers such as this, and they implemented it here on the Glyde Flyease. So what you do is you step on the back part of the sneaker, then pull the pull tab, then put your foot in, slide your foot in, or maybe just step the back part. If you're trying to release your foot, then slide your foot out. So that is the tech that they use here on the Glyde Flyease. Now let's talk about the upper of the Glyde Flyease, which differs from the other Nike Flyease, which is like the Jordan ones, the Nike Air Max 90, which use the same tech, while on the Jordan ones, they use the zipper instead of this tech. So with this one, the upper that they use, one part that I really like about the sneaker is the knit material, which is ultra stretchy. You can see the gray part that's really stretching out, but this gray part, although it's very stretchy, it is very comfortable at the same time. And it's kind of a double knit compared to the black area of the upper, which is thin. It is very thin from the middle part to the lateral part, and also on the middle part of the toe box. So those are very thin, and you can see the holes there. You can see my fingers from the inside. So it gives extra ventilation to the sneaker. And of course, since this is a knit, they put some fusing on the top of the toe area, which is still soft. It's not that, it's not too much fuse there. Of course, the swoosh here, which is also printed on the sneaker. And of course, like I said, the pull tab on top, which has a loop here going to the medial part. So it gives you a little bit of extra lockdown when you put your foot in. It's like a bungee string. So just pull it and it goes back so that there's lock in to the sneaker. And as for the back part, where inside the tech of the sneaker is, it also has a plastic piece to it. So it's kind of harder here in the inside, and there's a cupping foam here that locks your foot in inside the sneaker, and of course gives you extra comfort to the sneaker. Inside the sneaker is of course this very nice insole. You can see the texture to the insole of the Glyde Flyease. There you go. So this is not your ordinary insole in your Nike sneaker. This is actually made out of Zoom X, but it is made out of recycled Zoom X. So this is not just a Flyease sneaker, but also a Move to Zero sneaker from Nike, which uses recycled materials. And Nike said that the foams that they use here in the insole and in the shoe is made out of the foams found in the floors, around the floors of the Nike companies, Nike factories. So it's a mixture of Zoom X, React, Cushlon, Phylon, etc. that is found on the floors of the Nike factories. Then they melt it down and make this cushion for this example for the sneaker. So if you see Nike sneakers with this speckled foam. I have here my Move to Zero 2 of a Jordan 1, and I have a Cosmic Unity made out of Move to Zero materials too. So it's made out of, this shoe is made out of 20%, at least 20% recycled material. But in my opinion, this looks like around 50% because for the upper part of the sneaker, it's brand new. But on the lower part, where the majority is foam, you can see how thick the foam is. It's made out of recycled material. Even this hard plastic here around the heel is made out of recycled material, which also can be found on the tip of the forefoot, this gray area. This is also made out of recycled material, but I'm not too sure the foam that they use here in the inside, which is very plush and very bouncy. It feels like Zoom X, but when I remove the insole, but there's a strobo board here and you can't feel the foam that much, but I guess there's an extra foam there inside. But I will test this sneaker out and maybe it will break in some more because currently right now it's not as plush on the Zoom X on my Pegasus 35, which is this pair. And the Zoom X here is very plush, very bouncy, and it's not the same feeling that I'm getting out of this Glyde Flyease. But I'll let you know in my update of the video about the sneaker, or maybe I'll put a post in my Instagram account. So if you haven't followed me yet in my Instagram account, please do so. I usually update or give updates on the sneakers that I'm testing that I don't need to make an entire video out of it. I usually post it there, especially around my stories or make an Instagram post. So hopefully you can follow me too there in my Instagram account at @IamMarkCHES. And going back to the sneaker, the cushion part is also part of the outsole. This entire outsole is the same material. Here on the side panels of the cushion, but there's an extra cushion unit inside. And as for the heel-to-toe transition of the sneaker, it's kind of sloped down, so it has a very nice heel-to-toe transition. Plus, curve on the forefoot part is really nice. And also the rounded part of the heel, so when you're heel striking, it has a very nice heel-to-toe transition. Plus the cushion around the heel has a very nice impact protection. It's just around the forefoot that it's not too plushy like the ones found on the heel. On the heel, it's very comfortable, but on the forefoot, it's quite thinner. The cushion is quite thinner compared to the heel part of this sneaker. Now, as for the weight of the Nike Glyde Flyease, it's around 370, so not bad. It's pretty light, but it's kind of bottom heavy. You will feel the weight more on the foam area because the upper is really thin. You can even squish it down. It's very similar to the Prestos. And speaking of Prestos, the sizing of the Nike Glyde Flyease is similar to the last Prestos that came out. I went a full size down. I'm a regular footer because it's when I tried the US 11, which is my true to size, and my half size down, which is 10.5. On the 11, I had a problem on the heel containment. My foot was going out because of how thin the material, and there's not much enough force that's putting my foot down to the footbed. So I went half a size down, 10.5. It still has a semi heel containment issue, but when I went full size down, which is 10, US 10, it fit me perfectly. Plus, don't have to worry because even if my toes was at the tip of the sneaker, still very comfortable because of how comfortable the material is on the Glyde Flyease. And as for white footers, maybe I will suggest go half size down because if you go full size down, around the midfoot part, it's kind of narrow, so it might hurt you here around the medial part of the midfoot. So maybe half size down is my recommendation. As for the price of the Nike Glyde Flyease, it is 6,595 pesos or around 120 US dollars. So it's a pretty nice sneaker to have, especially this colorway, this black gray colorway. It's very minimal. You can pair it up with any outfits instantly. I think this is one of the sneakers that I'll be putting near my door because sometimes if I need to go for a certain errand, quick errand, I just don't want to get our lace up in a sneaker. I can easily slide in my foot here on the sneaker when I'm that lazy and just slide in my foot here in the sneaker. So this has been my initial review of the Nike Glyde Flyease. Let me know what you think about this sneaker, guys. Hit me a comment down below. This has been MARKCHES once again. Thank you for your support. I'll be catching you on the next one. Cheers.